Project, and that's going to be for Drake's For All the Dogs. This is Drake's latest album. This is his 8th studio album from Aubrey Graham, Canadian rapper, singer, former Degrassi alum. Very, very big guy. Of course, everybody knows who he is. From the Six, Toronto there. So, yeah. Drake.
66666.
And I think I've mostly listened to mostly every Drake project. I think the only ones I haven't really fully listened to is Honestly Nevermind, which was his collaboration with 21 Savage.
No. That Honestly Nevermind was the dance album.
Yeah, that was an electronic album.
That was the dance album.
At the
Okay.
Her Lost was the 21 Savage album.
Okay.
Yes.
21 Savage just featured on that one song, the Jimmy song.
At the end.
Yeah, Jimmy Crooks.
Okay. And then I don't think I fully listened to Scorpion or More Life. Those were just too bloated of albums for me. I was just like, I can't really deal with these projects.
Mm-hmm.
And this one has a hefty track list too. This one, For All the Dogs, is at 23 tracks that you have here. And I'm just going to go around, get you guys' opinion, favorite tracks, least favorite tracks, general opinions on the album. We're just going to kind of bounce around from all of us here. So I'm going to go with Chill. Chill, what were your thoughts on Drake's For All the Dogs?
I want to say something. Can we start with the boys over here for the boy? Can we start with the boys over here for the boy, please?
Okay.
Please, let's start for the boy. But I do want to say that I appreciate and I see different elements from their city incorporated into this album. But I want them to start for the boy since they over there with the boy, because Chicago and Toronto, we kind of mix a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Casey's face.
Oh, yeah. So one of y'all can start off.
New York's in there too, but
whatever. We Chicago here. Chicago, we together, man. He should never did that song, but yeah, y'all start, man. Go ahead, y'all say something.
I want to ask a question first. What's your perspective on what he means for my dogs? Let's go around.
Go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead, Jim.
Oh shit. I mean, it's just being look. It's just being we looking at a 30-some-year-old man that has unlimited money, that is petty with his money and does things with his money. So when he said this is for all the dogs, if you listen to a couple of tracks, you hear like dog sounding throughout the shit, right?
Yeah, you even got Snoop on there.
Exactly.
Talking.
But you'll hear dogs in the background, like rrr, 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 like barking and shit. Like the beginning of the second part of J. Cole. But basically, man, this is him just being a dog ass nigga, man. He even, I'm just saying, look, he talking about he was in the club, she was 21. A lot of this shit is kind of like off his. It's kind of like this is Perky Drake. This is Adderall Drake. He mentions Adderalls, he mentions Perkies at the beginning of the album. Yeah. Okay. And this is a man with unlimited money that does shit with his money to women that you would think that is just so disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Putting a bitch in the back of first class, and she's seen that it's first class seats and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that could be, it's just he's talking about an amalgamation of if you've been through or still going through, because let's be for real, like we all probably in our 30s. I'm 37. It's some 37-year-olds or some middle 30 niggas that's out here that ain't that don't have a wife, is going through this and doing that, living their life, working, doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? They might fly a little thing out. You know what I'm saying? Might fly a little Chianti out or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just what it is, man. It's like it's him being this way, and it's kind of like him saying, "Fuck, I'm a father, and I have to be a father for the rest of these 18 years. But let me get this out of me. Let me get this out of me. Like I'm a rich nigga that I can do what I want, but let me get this out of me. Let me go to the club. Let me pop a perky. Let me pop an addy." That's why he's responding to niggas right now. Look how he's responding to people. Sounds like Meek Mill. Nocturnal. His brand is Nocta. It's supposed to reflect him being up at night and always being up in the daytime.
The owls.
Exactly. What was the same thing Meek Mill doing? Tweeting at niggas late at night. He's responding. He's standing on business. He's saying that he's standing on business.
And on business.
And he is our LL Cool J, dog. This
Yes,
is what
sir.
LL
That's
Cool
it.
J
You
would
get
sound
it.
like in 2023.
You get it. You get it. That album, to me, I don't know what the answer is, but the album is basically all the people around him, all the women that he's messed with or that his friends have messed with. It's all of them dogging each other out, and this is a compilement of all those stories.
Mm-hmm.
The people he's talking about in here, if you listen to what he's saying, he's talking about like OVO Mark, different OVO guys. He's saying different girls' names, saying, "Yo, this trip would have been lit if you weren't acting so miserable." You know, like this whole album is just people using and dogging each other out. I just wish that he came with an element of saying, "I'm sick of this. I got to be better than this and move forward from this." But he stayed in this level that I wish that could have been better. But the album, to me, since you're asking my opinion, I thought it was cool. I don't think of it as an album anymore. I think we gotta kind of move past the album since we don't have CDs anymore. We got to get more into this playlist world that we're in, and I think Drake, Chris Brown, these guys are looking at the numbers and they're looking at how many hits the album can get. Like a project can get, not actually hits, like how many songs are people replaying, you know? So it's not a part anymore where he's trying to do the Kendrick Lamar style album anymore. You know what I mean? I think he's given up on that style since Views. To be honest,
he never really had a focus. And if you look at a lot of these joints on the album, I can see all of these joints him performing on a tour. This is a tour made album.
Yeah,
tour made a lot of anthems in this motherfucker. It's a lot. It's a lot, and I, you know,
it's a lot of misses, a lot of hits. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And you talk about he mentions a lot of OVO guys. He also mentions another guy too, Johnny Bling. He was my best friend. Like you know, you remember Johnny Bling from Nothing Was the Same when he was like, I knew a nigga named Johnny Bling. He was doing the finer things, you know what I'm saying? Had me rocking jeans. So he also mentions him in this, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say this before I'm gonna let Akil you go too, but I'm gonna say what I think about the album is I did not like this shit when I first heard it. I was like, man, you older, man. Why you sounding like this?
Grow up.
But then, and I'm gonna say this about my building is being worked on, so niggas is up here banging every day. I bought a sound bar to drown out the sound, and I've been listening to that album every single day in the morning, and it has grown on me.
That shit hypnotized you, bro.
It hypnotized me, and this is the closest thing that we'll have to Take Care. It's so much of the city that's in this shit. When you go from Virginia to the Leave On, to me, it feels like Views. Then when you go on to Amazing, it feels like Take Care, but with just as good of an intro track. Just like, you know, from Take Care. When you go to fucking Daylight, you know, Standing on Business, like that shit, that sounds like Views. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that adrenaline rush. And he's rapping on these albums. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, he's rapping on at least 50 to 55% of this motherfucking album. He's not rapping on the first track, but he's rapping on the second track. He's rapping on the third track. He's harmonizing and rapping on the fourth track. He's rapping on I Don't Give a Fuck. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he is rapping. But
Akil, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I fucking hate this album, y'all. Like,
I can see Akil's neck like the guy in the memes, vein up and shit. It's like, let me let him breathe for a bit.
I was like, I'm gonna let y'all soak it in, bro. I listened to it 3 times. The first time I listened to it with my wife, and she told me, take this boring shit off. And it was
where were you when you're listening to it?
Huh? I listened to it by myself twice, and then there was another song. There's a song where there's like an annoying girl talking at the end. Bro, that about took me out. I feel like for all the dogs, who are these dogs he's talking about, bro? How are we to assume these dogs are male dogs? What's a female dog in Heat?
Yep. Yeah,
that's what Drake talking about. That might be who he's talking. He dissing everybody in this album to the point this nigga got bars against Ashton Kutcher in the rap album, bro. Like, why are you talking about Ashton Kutcher in the rap album? Same neighborhood where Ashton Kutcher live. I'm just doing what that punk should have did. Nigga, I don't care about Ashton Kutcher in no damn rap bars, bro. And I feel like he just be naming names. Like, it just be some random shit like, out in these streets with Calabunga Johnson. Like, nigga, I don't know these people. Who are you talking about?
Last time he named a girl's name who worked at that restaurant, she like sued him for so much money though, right?
It just be a bunch of random names like I'm gonna eat. It's all he talking about eating food. I'm gonna eat my linguine, blah blah blah. I'm better than you. And then he'll drop a random name. He knows where I used to run through with Susan Johnson. Nigga, I don't know these people, bro.
That's what he's always done. That is Drake from day one. Your problem right now is Drake from day one.
Yeah, who's on Peachtree?
I got Drake shirt on right now. You know what I'm saying?
You got
like, when I do my stand up and I feel like I'm on Demon Time. That's what I wear my Drake, and that's what I want. I wanted some Demon Time Drake, and I got some of that.
Mm-hmm.
The album's so bloated and it's not sonically cohesive. It's just like an album made for TikTok. The album's made where he's like, all right, you could grab these sound bites right here and make a 1 second clip. Oh, let me throw Yeet on this album. He's hot right now. Let me throw Sexy Red on this album. She's hot right now. He's an old nigga that grabs a bunch of new young artists to jump on the track, and it keeps them relevant and it keeps the sound relevant. You know who else used to do shit like that? R. Kelly.
yeah. And look, I'm gonna be honest with you. The album had an R. Kelly vibe to it. The album had an R. Kelly vibe with the amount of vocals, the amount of and then the lyrics that he was talking about, like just the childish shit they was talking about.
R. Kelly.
Yeah.
So for me, as my perspective on Drake, the only Drake project I've ever loved is If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. That's the only Drake project I've ever loved. I know
that's one of his best.
I know some people, really love Take Care, and then they consider Take Care, Nothing Was the Same, and then If You're Reading This Too Late, like a great back-to-back album run there for him. So I just really love If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. That's the one I really do really enjoy a lot. And I think For All the Dogs right here, which is his 8th studio project, as I said at the beginning of the review, I do think it's better than CLB, Certified Local. I do think it's better than that. And
absolutely.
And I was hearing a lot of negative things coming into this project. A lot of people saying that it's maybe his worst project yet. I think it's just okay. Maybe I'm somewhere in the middle between Akil and KC there. I'm not in love with it. I mean, I think that...
No, I'm not in love with this.
I'm not in love with this project. I think that KC pointed out something in his review, started his review when he said that now, Drake is concerned about kind of more the stats and the records. I recently saw an article where he talked about like now he's tied with Michael Jackson of like #1 hits on Billboard, and he's going to try to surpass that. And that factors into maybe his making these songs now. And then with such a big track list, I forgot there was a term for that. I think Anthony Fantano came up with a term for it, where it was like stream trolling or something like that, where artists now will make these huge albums where it's like 30 songs, 20 plus songs, because you're trying to get included on a playlist on Spotify or Apple Music. So that's more revenue and, it increases money for you when you have that. And to Akil's point, you do have a lot of songs like you feel like maybe they are made for TikTok, which he has done before, like Tootsie Slide. It's like, that seems like that's a TikTok song. You're making that kind of a TikTok type thing. And Drake, is a certified hit maker. He knows how to make a hit and craft a hit and knows what it's going to do that. And I think with this album, where you have I Don't Give a Fuck, which with Yeet was on there, I see that on TikTok. A lot of people doing that part where it's like, money for fun, that little ad lib that Drake
money for fun. Yeah.
That little ad lib that kind of that's I see that a bunch of people doing that on TikTok now. But I'm gonna go around again to you guys. KC.
Yeah.
What about you?
Okay, so like, man, you're saying a lot of different things in there. There was one thing that kind of stuck out the most to me was, what did you like his value in his lyrics, like his bragging value system to what is important to him, in my perspective, was breaking these records. You know what I mean? And he was bragging on people saying, you haven't even broke this record. You haven't done that. I'm about to beat Mike. You know what I mean? Like he had the song with J. Cole, and J. Cole rapped his ass off. And then he came back with another beat, and he was just bragging about like he's about to break a record. Like it was like, okay, we're valuing bars, so we wanted to hear bars, and he didn't do that. So it kind of disappointed me. The track sounds nice, but as a rap MC type of thing, J. Cole obviously stole the whole album as that. You know what I mean? But Drake didn't do his thing in that. But like his value system in this album is not where I think people's value system is in music. So I think there was a very big problem in that. What he's valuing and what we're looking for are two completely different things. He's just trying to make hits, and we're trying to listen to him to be one of the top 3 rappers.
But why when we already have sat in front and he already sat in front of us and made the first album, and his first big single that came out that was You're the Best, which necessarily wasn't really a rap album. I mean, it wasn't really a rap track. It was more of a hybrid track. So you can say that, but he is trying to break his record, true.
Right.
But he also mentions lyrics in the album that he also mentions, I'm itching towards that. I want that so bad. So this could be the reason why he dropped 1, 2, 3, right back to back, went on tour.
60 songs.
Then he's stunning in the way of him being an artist, I feel like.
I think he's stunning also in a way of being the guy who keeps the lights on in the building of Universal, because the average guy is doing 50 to 70K. He did 555,000 K. So like his bars or not, or want more bars, this album kept the lights on in the buildings for Universal, for OVO Sound, for anybody who's under his umbrella of what he works for. It's the lights are in the building still. So that's something that I think he values.
Getting turkey for Thanksgiving. They getting Christmas.
I think he values that more, so I think he's valuing that hit making, being the catchy guy, because that's what he's always been, is the catchy guy. He like Kendrick's the bars, and making powerful music, and J. Cole is rapping rap. You know what I mean? So like, I think he realizes that he's the catchy guy. He's the guy who could hold a flame and kind of find the who's the new guy, who's the new up and coming guy. Drake's been doing that from as long as I can remember. He would mess with somebody who's doing really well, and he has an air for what's coming up. So,
but Kendrick does that too, though. Kendrick has.
I'm not saying, but who does it better? You know what I mean? Like, who does it the best is
D Nice. He had a question.
That's your guy. You know what I mean?
The KC here. And by the way, hello D Nice, and hello Felicia, and hello Terry Thompson. Thank you for the work there. He said, so is it 555K first week? That's what
That's what I read. I was 250. I might have read it wrong, but he still did 450. He still did way more than the average rapper who's doing 20. The big guys who are doing 50. You know what I mean? He's still doing way more. That's what my point is.
Doing those numbers.
That's what I'm saying. So he's keeping the building lights on. He's keeping the business, the record industry going.
I got the camera on you bowing down, but the footage is safe. What he got Kanye doing, and what footage, bro?
That could be
bowing down, bro. What? Why Kanye on his knees for, bro? I feel like
it's Kanye
niggas on this album.
But we don't know exactly who the niggas he's talking about, though.
I got you on camera bowing down, but the footage is safe. My God, bro, you got a grown man on all fours. The dog, nigga. Think about it.
But it doesn't matter who we know. It's who the person knows who they are.
But what would we see? Like, I don't know. I just feel like that could be anybody, because we know Drake does love Jay-Z a lot, so subliminals is his thing.
It's a specific person he's talking about. I think it's Ye, and then he talks about Rihanna throughout the album.
It could be Joe.
Joe ain't on. He ain't got no footage of Joe on all fours like that. He
might.
He might. He might.
But the thing is, we have footage of Drake giving it up and bowing to every rapper who he goes on stage with. So it's like.
Exactly. But then
his value system in this is wacky. That's my problem with it.
I feel like then he's like kind of tired of it. It's the thing of it. It's like, okay, can you kind of blame him? These little niggas is giving me love. These niggas that's my peers and up is not giving me love.
And they never did. They were always playing Drake. They were always trying to play him. Look at Swiss. Look at T.I. Look at what Meek did. Look what Funk Flex did to him when he was reading on his Bluetooth or Blueberry. The phone, and they tried to play him. BlackBerry, and everybody was doing that. All these guys are reading their freestyles and doing takes. It's all done in takes. It's not done in one slow state no more.
I never said
just tried to put him out there.
No. Yeah, I was proud to the chat. I never said Jay-Z. He never go diss Jay. Yes, that's true. But he's a student of Jay-Z. Loves Jay-Z, and the subliminal thing is his thing. And I feel like even if when you listen to 8 a.m. Toronto, does 8 a.m. Toronto? I mean 8 a.m. in Charlotte. Does that sound current to y'all? Does that sound like you did that? That's the last song on the album.
I started dissecting it, and there was one bar that stood out to me. It was Yeah, it was when I got you bowing down, the footage is safe. I felt like that was a jab at Kanye in that track.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but did you feel like the Charlotte was new or
Right?
I don't know. I felt like he was at like the airport or something like that, connecting a flight, and that was kind of the vibe that like what was going through his head while he's connecting a flight in Charlotte.
I think he did this whole album on tour. This is
absolutely.
This is a tour album. Let's go back to niggas has done tour albums before. Let's go back to Backstage when Dame came up on what's the day was like, come on, man, you finished the album for the tour. So this is a tour album. So that's why I say a lot of it sounds like that. Now go back to your 8 a.m. in Charlotte. You said you was breaking down. There's another line in there too where you said you lay on the couch and your niggas left you like pudding pie. I think that's at Joe. I think that's at Joe Budden.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Casey, he made a point earlier where he said that Drake has come to the conclusion that he is a hit maker, he's a hit guy, that's what he does, and then he leaves like the real rapping to people maybe like Jay-Z or Kendrick. And I disagree with that a little bit because you see these recent events that's been going on with him commenting against Joe Budden, him commenting against Charlemagne, and these have been long-standing beefs. This isn't anything relatively new. Between Charlemagne and him, and then Joe Budden and him. But, it's interesting that you see that through the course of his career, has he ever really gotten the respect of true rap guys in the industry? Even though he has had all this success and made all this money and done all these things, is he anybody's GOAT? As far as the real rap guys, a lot of people maybe talk about Kendrick or maybe J. Cole in that sense. And do you think there's some resentment there that's coming across in this album of Drake going like, why aren't you considering me like maybe, more serious people in the rap industry? Because maybe people, in my age group, I'm 28. Mm-hmm. So I grew up on Drake, high school, his music, Cash Money Records, Lil Wayne, Nicki Minaj, basically did all that through my high school years. So do you think there's some resentment there in this and For All the Dogs there?
Yes. I think Drake's always had a chip on his shoulder. I'm not gonna speak for the guy, but I don't think Aubrey gives a fuck, really. Because he's feeding his family. He's feeding his family. He's giving up job opportunities to a lot of people who have a lot of talent from the city who didn't get the looks from the States, who used to go to New York and Buffalo to try to get a look. Mm-hmm. He's keeping a lot of people working. I don't think he really gives a shit what people think about him about his raps and stuff like that. I think he's trolling them back. And like you said, he was saying it like he just one day woke up and said, "Yo, Joe, fuck you, Joe, fuck you." Joe said stuff, he just replied. You know what I mean? And I think that's a respectful thing anybody should have been doing. And he's been doing that in his raps back and forth with people, like saying getting head from Joe's girlfriend back in the day. Like he's always said things in his raps. This time he just wrote it in a tweet or whatever, a message. But it's not like he said it out of the blue. Screw this. He just said, "Nah, this is how I feel."
And he also mentions that he has a lot of backdoor fucking beef too. But he does mention one legend on there.
Who?
Mos Def.
Oh,
he said Mos Def. He said Mos Def gave him like $1,000 or something for a show when he was, struggling and shit. Yes, it's only he mentions one by name, but the rest of them niggas he don't really mention. He'll mention Fonte or Elzai and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Not recently, but I'm just saying. But he does mention Mos Def, which is interesting. And I feel the same way. It's just like when your peers and up is not really fucking with you, and even Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? Like Kendrick might be the nigga that he the top 3 right with them, but he want to sit with some blood niggas. You know what I'm saying? He want to be out there in Compton whooping. So
he just wants to chill with his family and enjoy his life, yeah.
And look, check it out. A lot of we kind of don't know what maybe plagues Drake's family as like Kendrick, and that's why we hear those type of stories. What Kendrick told us back in the day: I make music for niggas in prison because a lot of my family is in prison. Yeah, Drake has a couple of niggas in prison that he mentions, but is he really going through any trauma that he can speak about? So.
True. I feel like Drake's just bitter throughout this album. The Rihanna stuff just got repetitive, and then he started talking about, "Oh, should I cover up the tattoo?" Because him and Rihanna got matching fish tattoos like back in the day, and she covered her shit up years ago. Got married, has kids. This nigga's still contemplating if he should. Yes, he can cover up the tattoo, bruh. What you mean? Third eye? Yes.
You think I mean, we all men here, and the exes or whatever chick that you dated before in the past.
He'll say the sex is trash when he's talking. I think that song.
Nah, he sounds mad bitter.
Yeah,
he sounds too Marvin Room in this album for me.
Yeah,
he sort of sounded more like you fancy, you the often best. You know what I mean? Like celebrating the women that put him on.
Drake for a whole album of worst behavior Drake. That's what I thought the dogs were for. But these dogs,
we put that on ourselves.
If he did that, I wouldn't even say he was rapping. I'm sorry.
These dogs to sleep because I don't know who these dogs are.
Drake services too many different fan bases. Like he services too much people to just make one album like that right now. So that's why he's making these playlists to just put 8 songs to this people, 8 songs that are slower, and then he's throwing at the wall a bunch of shit at the end of this album. Like the Spanish song was completely horrible. I was like, this is the worst thing. I started laughing when I first heard this. I was like, is this an SNL skit? I was like, how do I just delete this from my streaming service? Like, I don't want to ever hear this again.
KC's talking about Gently, which he had featuring Bad Bunny. Kind of a waste of a Bad Bunny feature there.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
But speaking about, I think I think it was either you or Casey, you or Akil who said it that that's what he does. He grabs a lot of big people. Bad Bunny is really hot right now. He's a huge superstar. Yep. He put Bad Bunny on here. Since we're talking about bad tracks, I'm gonna go around and get you guys bad tracks on here. Get your opinion on what you think of
the first 3 songs, bro. You go to sleep on them shits, bro.
So the first 3 songs here, you got Virginia Beach, you got Amen, which I think Amen is kind of like a lame. Seems like a Kanye West song, a little like something that'd be on like a Pablo throwaway, something like that. Calling for You is one featuring 21 Savage. Is that the one that has the girl at the end?
Yeah, it's in the middle.
She got on my damn nerves, bro.
Okay, I think that's the one with that, and that's featuring 21. Kind of a boring 21 Savage feature. Yep. He kind of sounded like he was sleepwalking through it a little bit. So that's the first 3 songs. So you, Akil, you hated the first 3 songs, huh?
Yeah, so the album picked up for me at Daylight. And then First Person Shooter. So that's tracks 5 and 6. Okay. I skipped Slime You Out. I deleted that off my playlist. He's you grown ass man rapping like a goddamn 19-year-old talking about you gonna do this. Get your shit together, bro. You are a millionaire. You could buy pussy if you want. And you acting like this, get your life together, bro.
Is that the song also with SZA where she talks about?
Yeah, that shit is stupid. It is so immature and dumb. You are 37.
He's buying pussy all through the album. He lets you know he's a certified trick.
Exactly, but they still don't want him, so he's complaining about it and he's being bitter the whole album. Because
this has been Drake.
Because the coochie he want he can't get, so he gonna cry about it for how long is this damn album? How long?
23 songs.
How long is the album?
No, the length of it.
84 minutes and 50 seconds.
Damn long, y'all. Should have been 12 tracks.
Should have been 12. I agree with you completely. I would have
12.
Yeah,
and made it more
cut a lot of fat,
and it would have been a better album. Like, you're trying to serve too many people. Are you Nelly? You trying to do Sweat and Suit? Do that instead. Sweat.
That's exactly what he's trying to do. That was Scorpion.
Yeah, that was Scorpion.
Like his albums are like a raggedy buffet, and you got to pick the best that you like out of that buffet and rock with it, because the rest of the food ain't seasoned.
So Akil, you didn't like the first 3 songs. Any other songs you didn't like?
A lot, nigga.
The rest of the album, he said.
So out of 23 songs, how many didn't you like?
I think I liked 4, man. So 4 songs. Yeah.
Wow,
I liked the Standing on Business, which is a Daylight. I like First Person Shooter. Number 7, I Don't Give a F. That one's good. That Santa song, that's trash. Slime Me Out's trash. Bahama Promise is trash.
That's trash. Good.
Drew a Picasso is trash. Like, he drew that Picasso with shit, because that song is trash.
You're not even listening to the music.
8 AM in Charlotte is good. BBL Love is just a sad drunk nigga with too much money. Rich Baby Daddy is hilarious. I like that one. And then the rest of it is garbage. Polar Opposite is garbage. This nigga singing. The rapping sounded like a haiku. It was trash. And this album's uninspired. His tour is uninspired. And Drake has lost motivation. He's just looking at numbers.
Do you went to his tour?
I'm not going that shit. Ryan Davis did it for me and said how trash it was and put it on TikTok.
Yeah, I went to.
Supposedly that's one of the best tours he did.
He paid for the front row and his girlfriend started patting him on the back like, baby, it's gonna get better. And it never did, bro. The best tour I ever went to was Kanye West Glow in the Dark tour. The lineup was great.
I seen that, yeah.
Great. And then that nigga had a mental breakdown mid-performance, and I was there and I loved it.
That's what you want, dudes having mental breakdowns.
It was good because Lupe Fiasco was supposed to show up because he'll sing and touch the sky. And then Lupe left early to do a club event. And he's like, Lupe, oh, he ain't here. Oh, I didn't get the memo, y'all. I didn't get the memo. And he said that about 3 or 4 times that he didn't get the memo.
Okay.
Mid-performance.
So what rating would you give it? So our rating system, so the way we have it is we have like a strong, we have, I'm sorry, damn. Like, this is cinema, which is our highest ranking right there. Then below that is peak. Below that is a tune in. Then below that is a stream it. Then in our worst ratings of the worst, the very, very worst you can give something is waste of fucking film. Then that in the next kind of little bit above that is burn it. Then it's a skip it, and then or tune out.
He said it's the low, whatever the lowest is, put it one lower. He said it's trash.
Right above, it's a notch above trash. It's like you buy it from a crackhead.
So I guess that means you give it a burn. Then it'd be like,
I give it a burn. I say stream it, find the 4 songs you rock with, and that's it.
Exactly.
The album, once you listen to the whole album, you're gonna waste your damn time. This man got construction going on in his house. He don't know no better. Okay. Noise and confusion. So he played it over and over. Little did he know Drake out here hypnotizing his ass.
He's like, is this soundbar Atmos? I'm hearing it on all angles. It's just a hammer on the left and the right.
Hammering away at you, bro. That's what Drake's doing. Look, hammering away at your consciousness.
Look, I'm telling you, it's something about it, man. Look, I'm telling you, I felt the same way y'all did, and I said the same shit that you said, Kill. I swear to God, and I'm not. I swear to God, I don't know. For some reason, man, it took me over. I went to the Drake tour this year, and I said it on my stream. I was like, look, maybe this was the wrong time for me to go to the Drake tour. I should have went to an earlier tour because it was my first Drake tour. I didn't fuck with it that much. You know what I'm saying? But maybe it's something. I don't know what it is. I don't think it's a Drake thing. I think it's just a me thing. But it just, for some reason, this album just took me over, and going through the track list, like Virginia Beach, you know, he's harmonizing. Amen. Tizo touchdown. Like Tizo singing on that motherfucker, man.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, and Tizo coming back. He comes back and sing on that motherfucker at the end of the album.
Dogs will be dogs.
Exactly.
Damn, bro.
He came through with that one.
Look,
that was great.
Slime You Out, I didn't like at first, but then even when I didn't like the album the first day, I fucked with that song in it. I don't like kind of like some of the wordplay. Yes, for me, a lot of this album, the lyrics are kind of downgrading.
Yes.
Right.
But and yes, Cole killed them on the album. The Calling for You song, I understand that it kind of didn't make sense. But if you listen to Amen, and he's saying like, oh, I could have treated you better, bitch. Like I could treat you better. Oh, I could have treated you better. Yes, okay.
We on there again.
Yeah, it's a lot of that. It's a lot of that bitterness, and I don't want to stick it to one. I don't stick it to one person, but I think it's just multiple. But then if you listen to the end of Amen, it's somebody calling something. Then it's calling for you. It's old girl trying to call Drake saying, "Damn, I'll check my hotel and shit. This shit say some bullshit. I'm in the back of the line of the motherfucking fucking plane and shit in this motherfucking first class. You fly me first class, nigga. What's going on? No, bitch, I'll put you in the back of the plane." So when 21 Savage come on, for me, I kind of understand it because at the end of the shit, she says, "Oh, you looked at my phone. You seen somebody. This might be a nigga that's talking shit back to him on the DMs on the low saying, hey, I'm fucking your bitch too." So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So then that's when you get to 21 Savage and listen to 21 Savage's lyrics. He's saying, fucking nigga, come slide. Like niggas die for less, you know what I'm saying? So it's like 21 Savage is playing him, talking to the nigga, talking back to the nigga. But Fear Heights, he's rapping. Daylight, he's rapping. First person shooter, he's rapping, but like I said, it's not as good. I don't give a fuck. He's rapping.
He's sleepwalking through the album. He's like, these niggas gonna like this bar right here. TikTok. They're gonna like this one too. TikTok.
I don't give a fuck. He's rapping, and yes, he sound like but when you go to like 796 Santa, that's when he gets to his more mellow.
I hated that shit, bro.
I'm a sort of
Santa Claus or Santa Cruz. What are you talking about?
It's I don't know. It's some address where he wants to go back to. She keep reminding
him. Always
of
that shit. It's always like, oh, I got to go back to Stacy's house, bitch. I don't know who that is, and I don't.
Who is on Peachtree? Who is on motherfucking Peachtree, man? He gonna give you a location, and for some reason he don't want to go back to the location. Even when you go to fucking calling for you, and he said the chick was 21. He said I was off of Addy. I couldn't keep my hands off. I couldn't even pass the bitch to my man. She was so bad.
Well, I'll be right back.
So it's just, you know what I'm saying. So it's just like
who's breaking in at Casey's house.
Right, he did look like but Tried Our Best. I don't know. I really love Tried Our Best. I like Drew Picasso. Some people say Drew Picasso is a good song.
Are you going through some shit right now? You got a lady in your life, or is
I have a lady in my life. I have a great relationship in my life, going on 5 years. Man. But it's also, you want to, you think about those times of the chicks that you were messing with, and the things that they would say, or how they would want, just food for free. Yes, he's playing the Instagram game, but this is what's going on. What just went viral the other day? Chick just served down a fucking 50 piece of fucking clamshells and shit just to go, just because she hungry. You know what I'm saying? And he even says in the text when Shorty was like, why we eat jerk chicken and shit every day? Oh, I like the jerk chicken and shit, but say, why the fuck we got to eat that every day? I bet you happy you got a meal. So it's like, it's a little bit of that. It's just very, 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 very petty Drake. And it's super petty, man. What will Pluto do is just a continuation of Jumbotron popping. Members only, I feel like it's a continuation of Come and See Me with Party Next Door. Shout out to Mississauga. Motherfucking all the parties with Keith. That shit hard. Like, it's once again it's him, and I know Akil, you gonna hate it. I know you just gonna hate everything I'm saying. But once again, it is him talking about fucking with a bitch. She had all the parties. Now she fuck with Sosa. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, because Sosa is a big thing too. He's a big thing on a different level than him. You know what I'm saying?
And all the parties, he doesn't just mean parties, like going to a party. He means all the people, all the dogs that he was talking about, all his people that were playing people and messing around with people. He's naming them all. He's even saying East End boys, West End girls. He's talking about Toronto because we say East End, West End.
Pet shop, yeah.
So he's breaking it all down to everybody that has been dogging each other that he's talking about in this album, that he hangs around with, that he actually gives them an F with, that actually listen to his music and say, oh, that was a dope line. You got me with that one. You know what I mean? So like, not the people who are online typing, yo, this album's whack. I listened to it for 2 minutes and I hate the whole thing. He's not talking to those people no more because y'all are just always throwing these artists into a spiral and trying to keep them in a box that has nothing to do with what they're doing, but it's more about what you're living and where you're at in life, So he's like, bun all y'all.
Drake's at the point now where he could fart into a microphone and people say that's just prolific. They're like, yo, he's out here releasing his demons on the track, and that shit will go platinum because you know why? He has a strong Caucasian fan base.
Well, not only that, he has he has the machine of marketing, so he can get away with a lot. I agree with you. This album to me,
Palestinians down there. He say what? He say my niggas is crazy. Wallahi.
That's Toronto slang right there, because that's a real thing. Like Pressa and them, that's a real thing that's going on here that people scream out here when they're wilding. So it's like. So he's not joking with what he's saying. He's saying a lot of things like, yo, I wish we could still be friends, but he's because he can't put on some Toronto guys because this city is so crazy. We had like the highest death ratio of people getting gunned down more than New York for the past couple of years. So it's like, this is a crazy, crazy city, but we just don't get the looks in America, because America is a crazier place too. But this is a crazy place. And when he tries to put somebody on, I don't know if you noticed, he tries to put on Toronto guys. A lot of them get gunned down or top five. He's talking about Toronto rappers, you know what I mean? But they get set up, put in jail, gunned down, killed. Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like there's guys who like Pressa had to go to the States for a bit, and then he was beefing with dude from Florida, you know what I mean? But like things, so he's like saying in this album, yo, I can't even say your names because when I say your name, it goes crazy for you. It goes too crazy to a point where we can't even be friends. We can't even be in pictures together. He has to cover his face, you know what I mean? So it's like
Anyways, go ahead. Sorry. That was D nice, man.
That's my boy, man. That's my boy right there.
So what do you say?
He said
that song with Keith was trash, man.
Yeah.
Nah, Parties was great. That was great.
He said the song with Keith was trash.
That's too easy to just say it's trash. That's like, troller shit. You know what I mean? It's like, why was it trash?
Like
you gotta speak on why.
You don't like it, man. You don't need to break shit down if you don't like something.
But he also said, how do I know Kendrick has trauma? When he says like, well, my cousin is a man now, my uncle is a girl now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, he's rapping about his trauma, but like I said, maybe Drake doesn't have that type of trauma. But
I didn't feel anything listening to this album, bro. Like,
it was bitter.
Yeah.
It was a bitter album.
It's just
Killer Mike's album, Michael. I just recently re-listened to that.
That's good. That's a good album.
Yeah.
That was good. And then I went back to listen to this, and I'm just like, what? So this is bullshit, man. You're better than this, Drake. I want to see a 444 level Drake.
He's 36 years old and he's a millionaire, dog. What do you want from it?
Come on, man.
Jay-Z only came clean because he got caught, man. What are you talking about? He's 50. Chicken Man was wilding. What do you mean? Jay was worse than this guy right here. You guys aren't really listening to what these guys were saying? Take the Jigga Man, you rich. Take the do-rag off. Put the car back, reversed it, dropped her home. Why you do that for? I've been rich since I've been doing this from before. You don't listen to what these guys are saying. You're just saying because you want people to be in a place that you're in, and they're not there yet.
Volume 3
was a millionaire and he's 36. You think you'd be killing?
Volume 3 for Jay-Z was all rich nigga raps. Along with the Rock La Familia, that was all rich niggas rap.
Sugar came in with his first album with all rich nigga raps. When he was talking about popping champagne, everybody was talking about Buddha, smoking weed, and drinking 40s and beers. And he was talking about wearing Gucci and driving Mercedes Benzes and popping champagne. Everybody was like, "What the hell is this guy talking about?" At that time.
Yeah.
Man.
So you want to do your rating real quick, and I'll pass to KC.
Oh yeah. So I mean, I'm down. I'm towards the end of the list. So I'm sorry. I just have I told you, Josh, I had a lot to say. So and I am appreciative that I'm doing it. I didn't even know y'all was from the Tino. But
good.
But I do respect that you like Rich Baby Daddy. Rich Baby Daddy is
it's a fun song.
It's a recreation of At Night I Think of You. At night I think it's just
you hear that.
You know
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That should have been the single with Scissor instead. He should have put that one out instead of the boring one with Scissor, which was all right. But I'm not going back to that one.
Yeah, like
Rich Baby Daddy,
out and they could have just had Rich Baby Daddy.
That should have been the single because everybody was at a performance watching him perform everywhere, and they want to party. And he drops the more slower song. I was like, who picked this single? But I digress. Go ahead.
I feel like he picked the single. I feel like what he be talking about. I've never been to Toronto, but it felt like them Western roads, man. It must be a dreary Western road or some shit going on down there. Because
traffic.
This was a dreary, bitter album. So I give it man. Look, I'm telling you, I changed my opinion on it, man. After a couple of days, or at least
that's fair.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but I give it a streaming
in your house, man.
You said what?
I need the construction to end, and then I want you to decompress from Drake, listen to some other stuff, then go back to the album, see if it's still.
No, man, I got some bigs in the house now, so I've been playing a lot of shit on the bigs, like just a lot of music, trying to like it's just different on the bigs when you got a better little better sound quality and
exactly.
Man, it just sound like something. So I give it.
Not your kids yelling in the background while you're in your car.
I got no kids. These motherfuckers.
I'm sending shots at Akil. He's like, shut up! I'm trying to listen to this Drake. It's 6 a.m.
But I do appreciate it. Me personally, I feel like he did want to do something special, man. Because shit, he got Sade on a motherfucker speaking on the track, and she sounded like she didn't even want to be there. You know what I'm saying? How hard?
Okay,
probably hard as fuck to get in there on one of the radio tracks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's dope. Nice.
Yeah, towards the end, it's Snoop. Is one is Snoop Dogg,
one,
and then it's another one, and then one of them is Sade. Yeah, so I feel like
time, bro.
Yeah, I feel like he did his thing, and I don't know. I feel like this album was a tour album, and this is what the end of the tour looked like for him. And he's done now. He's feel like he's done, and he's finna rest and be a fucking father for the next 12, 18 years.
Damn, dude, nice Great Son's verse was trash too. Of course it was. The boy's 6 years old.
This guy's just hurting people out here.
So Chill, you gave it a stream it there. You gave it a stream it. for all the dogs. KC, favorite songs, least favorite songs on this, and rating.
Favorite songs on this, I gotta go with. I will go this way. Hold on, let me go to the start. One of my main problems with this album was the order of the songs. I think if they hit in a different way, it would have been way more impactful. But in the order that it is, it doesn't work for me. Virginia Beach, I did not like it as the intro. I was like, it's too early for this, dog. What are you doing? But listening to it on its own as a track, I was like, yo, okay, this is nice. This is dope. Amen was good. Calling for You was nice. That was good off of Amen, like the back-to-back. That was good, but it should have came later on in the album. Daylight was great. J. Cole obviously killed it. I just want to say about First Person Shooter. Drake came in saying sort of like the Super Bowl, and he ended his verse. And then J. Cole took up from his verse and went off. What Drake was supposed to do was whatever J. Cole ended with, go off with that and then wrap it up and twist it and bow tie it even better. Don't change the beat and run away from the guy lyrically. You know what I mean? Like he basically just put his hands out like, you're the guy. You're the GOAT. You're the GOAT. I was like, no, what are you doing? What are you doing, Drake? Like if this was a basketball one-on-one game and your team, Toronto team was like, yo, do the layup, dog. It's like, yo, you're playing him. What are you doing? Dunk on this man. What are you doing? Why are you being so nice? He's being too nice. So I hear the song. I like the song. But it doesn't make me feel the way that I'm supposed to feel. Like, yeah. It makes me feel like I'm watching my team get dunked on and they're happy, but I'm like, yo, what is going on? What am I watching right now? So I have a weird feeling with this song. I Don't Give a Fuck was great. That was great. That was a hit for sure. 69 Santana was great. The ending part of that should have been the intro of this album where dude is saying dogs will be dogs, and he's really putting it into perspective of where this album is and where it's going. You know what I mean? Like instead of being in the middle of the album, then having Snoop, who did Doggy Style, talk after with the same WBL radio, that was like the best way to transition an album and get the flow of the mind state of people going, and then get into the more hype songs. But then he gets into like Bahama Promises is cool. Slime You Out sounds better on the album, but I still will skip this every time. Tried Our Best. I don't even remember what that sounds like right now off the top of my head. So like it didn't stick with me at all. Screw the World. That could have been complete. Like, I don't know why he put this on here. I know it's tribute to stuff, but like, nah, man, this didn't fit at all tonally in the album. So it didn't work for me. Jewel Picasso. I like it. May not be playing it in a year from now. Probably not. Members Only was cool. It sounds like older Drake, but the older Drake sounds better. So it's like, why don't I just go listen to that older Drake and Party song instead of this one that like when it's over, I don't even remember what it sounded like again. So all in all, like all the parties, I liked it. AM, great. BBL Love, that was a great little interlude that he should have had earlier up in the album. This should have been a 13 album thing, 2 interludes. 8 a.m. in Charlotte should have been maybe the last track. You know what I mean? But then he kept going. Why did he keep going? I don't know. He just kept hitting us with Gently. I was like, yo, what's this guy doing? Did he know he put this on the album? Because I think this one slipped. Like him talking Spanish, like an SNL skit. Get that out of here. Rich Baby Daddy. Like I think Drake has the same thing like Kanye, where he made tracks that other people in the room probably were like, yo, that'll never work. And it worked for him multiple times. Like Hotline Bling. Like he was in the studio, he wrote it, and people were like, I don't know about this one, dog. You know what I mean? He's like, screw it, let me throw it out there and see what happens. He's been throwing out God's Plan, things like that, and it's like, yo, what the hell is Drake doing? But it like after a while you hear it, you're like, yo, this is kind of lit. But at first it's like, what is this guy doing? I think this Gently song is the same thing. Like maybe I'm thinking it's completely whack, but he has confidence in it because he's had so many success from throwing out things and it actually hitting the net. That this might be that. I could be wrong.
That song is terrible.
Thank you. I don't like the song at all. Okay, because none of y'all said nothing about that song.
I meant to say that too. I meant to say that too. Even though I've been listening to shit like every day, I skip that song gracefully.
Because it doesn't even like yo, Bad Bunny heard it and it was like, yo, no, I'm not going on that, but I got this track you could have. You know, and he just switched the track up and it's only 2 minutes. Like, nah,
track some strings on it. You can rap on real quick.
Yeah, up the beat so much in the album. That's my other concern. Like, bro,
because it worked with him and Travis Scott. That first one they did, and Future. Him and Future did the track switch up. So now he probably feels like, yo, I gotta have 2 of these in my album where the track switches up.
You did it
But
2 months, so you do it every once in a while.
Right. It's to his detriment now, where it's like, nah, man, save that for like a stadium status moment.
Yeah.
Well, to defend him, he only does it twice. He only does it on
Bad Bunny.
He only does it on Calling for You, Bad Bunny, or 3 times. No, twice.
The song with his son.
Calling for You.
Song with his son.
First person shooter. Well, okay, that was a preview, really. That wasn't even.
Yeah. That one I won't count. I know what you mean.
He came out to a video. Don't talk to my man like that.
Yeah, because his son's birthday. So he just, gave him
3 times.
So now, shout out to the Pusha T, man.
Yeah, so Another Night, I don't like that song at all. I heard it, I saw the video, I gave it a chance. I'm listening to it, I'm like, okay, this is probably a hit, but it's not for me. It sounds too yachty, it sounds too kiddish for me, so I'm like, nah, this ain't for me.
I might hate that song because I don't care for Cole Bennett.
Okay, that's the producer?
I mean, the video. I might hate that song seeing the video. Cole Bennett from Chicago, so that's who directed the video.
Okay.
Too.
Okay.
Brother?
Who?
Is that Chance the Rapper's brother?
No, Taylor Bennett. That's Taylor Bennett. Cole Bennett, a white boy. Yeah, Cole Bennett, a white boy from Chicago. That's the director that ate off of Famous Dex and got popular, and that's why he made it a big deal with Yachty doing a Cole Bennett. This is for Lyrical Lemonade.
Oh, dope.
Like that,
Hey, Bennett's out here, bro. That's my mom.
We got that in the family too.
I was like, that's family.
Yeah, Away From Home. I don't remember what it sounds like, so it's I don't know. I can't. It's not rememberable. It's forgettable. And Polar Opposites was forgettable also. So for me, this album was just, I got a couple of takeaways from the beginning parts of the album. I probably like that at 23. I probably like about 8 to 9 tracks. So it's a mid for me,
though, bro. Out of 23.
Yeah, that's for an album. Yeah, that's pretty mid. But for a playlist where
you said how many did you like out of 23?
Probably 7 to 9 tracks. 7 to 9. Yeah,
trim the fat, bro. He should have.
He could have put 13 songs on here, the best tracks out of them all, and just made everybody happy. But like I said in the beginning of this, we're not in the time of where these guys are caring about albums because they're putting their heart and soul in these things and people are listening to them for 5 minutes and saying it's great or it's whack. So they're just putting out these tracks and seeing what sticks and seeing what gets them the most views now and the most looks. And this is a project. We're not in the album era anymore. We're slowly fading out of it, in my opinion. And for a project, it's a cool attempt. It's a cool project. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got takeaways, but for an album, this could have been a lot better.
Yeah. So if you gave it a 9 out of 23, that's 39%. If you did that,
that's a failing grade on the test, bro.
Right, exactly.
That's so much of a failing grade. They make you take that shit again.
Yeah, they're like, bro, you gotta go to summer school after that.
That's how I feel. Like, what you want me to say? I said what I said.
I get it.
So let's see. So like I said, this album I just think is mediocre at best, really. I think it's maybe an upgrade over CLB. I think I probably would prefer just on its more recent stuff. I guess Her Loss maybe I think has a better sound to it than this does. I think
Her Loss is great.
I like Her Loss way more than this. I still listen to Her Loss.
Yeah, I do too.
Let's see. So favorite songs here from me. I would go with Rich Baby Daddy. I thought that was pretty good. I think SZA is really great on that. I think she's pretty good on there. I thought that, let's see, what else is pretty good for me? I Don't Give a Fuck by Yeet. I thought that was pretty good on here. I thought I enjoyed that. I'll go back and listen to that. First Person Shooter with J. Cole, I'll go back and listen to. Some of the weaker songs here, the Santana song, I thought was a very weak song. I thought some of the forgettable ones were like something like Drew Picasso, I thought was very weaker and forgettable. Let's see what else here was pretty weak and forgettable. I thought the Gently song was terrible. I didn't like that. Rapping in another language, I think that could be very challenging. Rapping in a whole other language, but I
kudos to him for trying, but he struck it. He struck it out. He didn't knock it out the park.
That was a miss there. Good to hear from Party Next Door. I thought that was a pretty decent feature from him. Slime Out, I only enjoyed because of SZA. I thought she had a good part on there. That's the rest of the song I thought wasn't that strong. And then I agree with Akil. I thought the first beginning of this record with Virginia Beach, Amen, Calling for You was kind of just blah. Amen sounds like a weaker Kanye West song from something like Pablo.
That should have been put in the middle part of his album, and he should have took a lot of the slower paced songs in the middle out, in my opinion. But the first 3 tracks,
give that shit away for free. Like when Kanye used to do those Good Music Fridays.
Yeah, he should have done the 4-track. Yeah, that's what he should have done with a lot of these.
Throw that shit out for free.
Shit, I think about that with the
This is
Yeet
pretty
song.
much for free.
I mean, with the Yeet song, even if y'all heard Yeet songs before, he could have took that out. I feel like he could have did without. I mean, I still like the song. I just feel like that shit could have just been on a Yeet. You could tell that was a song for Yeet, and then he just never put it on his album. And then Drake was like, "Well, let me put it on his album." It was just like that cartoon. Like he was excited to say "Money for Fun." He was excited to hold this record and put it on the album. I bet you that's how it was. And then
like a bigger look for Yeet, right? So,
yeah.
I guess, but it's like kind of
listen to the Yeet if it wasn't on this album.
But Yeet is already at like his plateau. He has his shit going right now. That was pretty much like kind of earlier this year. And then with the SZA, the Baby Daddy song, for me, I look at that as two ways. And I'm sorry, y'all, just digging into it. I mean, SZA is from Jersey, so this is kind of like a Jersey club record too. So
yeah, I see that.
Some of the worst lyrics on here. So it's like, for instance, slime you out. He had the line, "You got my mind in a terrible place, whipped and changing like American slaves." That was pretty terrible. On the song "Members Only," he had "Feel like I'm bi because you're one of the guys, girl."
Put you on a straight flight.
That was pretty bad. What was the song that he did where it's like, "I feel like a lesbian girl, me too"? What was that song?
I remember the bar, but I don't remember the song though, man. So many questionable bars.
But you guys know it's a kudos to Cameron, where he's "I don't like chicks, me neither. What a coinky dink." And then Biggie, "You look so good at even when your daddy's," you know what I mean? Like this is like that's the lineage of that rap.
Look, no Drake line would never go past. The softest Drake line that I ever heard in my life to me is that, "I want to meet your friends that say you do the right things." I'm excited to meet your friends that say you do the right things. That is the most soft line. The nigga in his life was excited to be any woman's friends that say she do the right thing. I don't give a fuck what she say.
And then
this way.
8 a.m. in Charlotte, you had the line, "Formal in a dress code, dog. So many checks owed. I feel Czechoslovakian."
What's he talking about? That's how I feel, bro. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, Drake?
I'm in Czechoslovakia.
Random shit you just be saying. He had one bar that he was talking about Shania Twain. I about took off my whole car when I heard that shit. I'm gonna make y'all. He's like, "I'm gonna make y'all do-si-do or something like Shania Twain." He talking about writing in his notepad, and then he said some Shania Twain bar. I was like, "Nigga, what is going on, Drake?"
Yeah, the bars are lacking.
Yeah, the two the Pet Shop Boys reference, and then the dog Days Are Over. Who sang that song? I know they always play that shit.
Rocket Raccoon. That nigga watched Guardians 3 and then went into the booth and was like,
"Man, he got inspired." Huh?
No.
Hey! If that's the case, then you can't say something when J. Cole said, "I'm the Spider-Man meme," but I'm pointing at Drake.
But that shit flowed together, bro. You out here trying to bite Rocket.
He's from North Carolina. He's making excuses for J. Cole.
No.
Right.
Okay.
I kill. Yeah. He's like, J. Cole can do no wrong. Leave him alone.
All right.
I guess I'd give it a high, kind of maybe burn it. Maybe somewhere around it. If you just take a,
you don't even sound like you're secure with that answer.
Yeah,
with your chest, how you really feel.
I just
like it.
I mean, like out of this whole record, like many of these kind of recent Drake records, you just take a few songs out of it, 3 or 4, and then put it on your put it on your playlist. There you go. So out of that, I just kind of give it like, just take
nigga, go on a couple of Tinder dates and then listen to the album after that. You gonna feel the same, baby.
He's gonna come back a month later. I love it.
Damn, this motherfucker do it. I know what he said. Look what you doing to me, bitch.
Played in the background and went right with his pacing,
Right. I could have treated you better.
And then go back harder later,
Exactly. Go on a couple of Tinder dates, nigga. You come back and feel something different.
So I want to ask you guys a question before we wrap up here. So Drake now is 37 years old. What do you like? I think some of the criticism here is, what do you want him to be talking about? Some people like, at 37 years old, I don't want Drake to still be rapping about women that he's dating that are, almost 10 years younger than him. He's dating 25-year-old women. I don't want to hear about that. So do you think is the issue is with Drake is he hasn't grown? Is it the material that he's doing? Is this not? It's like you should be evolving at this point. What do you think?
This is the thing, but what's evolving? Like, do we want this nigga to sound like West Side Gun and them? Because this nigga's really flipping bricks right now.
Exactly. That's and our albums as valuable as they even used to be. Like, this is a freebie kind of to him. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't like, I don't know. Albums aren't what they used to be. They're not valued the same to these artists. They're getting thrown out there just to keep their energy going. It's not like
I think when Beyonce comes out with an album, it's an album.
Yeah, I agree.
It's
Kendrick Lamar as well.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar is a whole different thing. Yeah. He's kind of like, it's kind of like a Kendrick versus Drake in like the business side of things to me. Because like Kendrick will drop a classic. He's got the best back-for-back albums to me.
Yeah.
But like Drake has since Views and the whole, if you're reading this, it's Too Late shambles happened where they're saying he wasn't writing his rhymes. He got out of writing the rhyme type of thing. And he just started focusing on just appeasing to so many different audiences. He cannot please people in an album. So it's like, what do you want him to do? Where do you want him to go? He's a pop star. And he's a pop star. Here's a song he gave to Khaled saying he's a pop star.
But if you also look at this, the nigga walk around like, yes, I'm a pop nigga, and Jay-Z does the same thing. But which one of you niggas finna bar me up? Because I have that, and that's the frustration with a lot of niggas with Drake is that you know that he can go in there and go do some shit, go crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just like at what does it take for him to go crazy? And we've seen like, okay, Pusha done got at him. He got at Pusha. You know what I'm saying? Pusha ain't really respond. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man,
I thought Pusha was told not to respond. I thought.
Yeah.
But what type of shit is that? How you gonna be told not to respond in rap?
His food. Pusha ate his food. With the track that he did with the blackface, remember that?
I mean, yeah, he ate his. Yeah, okay, yes, he did. But
Drake took the L in that situation. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Dre took an L with.
He still responded.
Yeah,
he's still giving you niggas what rap is, right?
Yeah. But Drake's a pop star. Drake is a pop star. Like rap is pop now, and Drake is the biggest thing in rap.
What's wrong with having a pop star that can rap?
That's right. But why are we so hard on a pop star? He's not trying to bar people down every week, dropping a different freestyle here and there. Like, you know, he's not doing what Cam just did. He's not really.
And I'm trying to treat this like this is like Chris Brown rapping or something like that.
We're trying to act like this is Nas dropping Illmatic 2 or something like.
Well, we heard that on Facebook.
I've been listening to hip hop as long as I could walk. Like he's not doing that. You know what I mean?
He's not. But let you know, I would say this because y'all said a couple. I fuck with Kenny. I fuck with Kung Fu Kenny, but half of that shit of him waiting in all these slow motion albums is because of the label. And TDE showed their hand already that they do shit like that. They doing it the reason. So we maybe could have had way more shit from Kendrick.
Yeah,
besides
wouldn't have been as powerful. Might have been oversaturated like we're getting with Drake. Problem with Drake is he's oversaturated. We got like 60 something songs in a year and a couple months. That's way too much music for one person like us, an adult who goes to work, might have kids, does all this to take in a whole thing of music. You know what I mean? Like 60 something songs in a year. Like, nah, way too much. We're accustomed like 13 to 15 tracks, then pushing a single or two and pushing it, like hitting radios, talking about it, doing this, doing that. But that's not the way anymore. We've seen Cardi already go try to push bongos or whatever that crap was, and it didn't. You know, she's putting hundreds of thousands of dollars into marketing for that, and it didn't do nothing. You know what I mean? So it's like
Drake is catering to the kids, bro. He's letting you know it's
McDonald's.
He's catering to the young niggas, and guess what? We can say that, but let's just say these 3 albums that he came out was his Little Wayne run.
It's McDonald's, man. I like McDonald's here and there. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll go get a burger, fries. It's consistent. Doesn't taste as good as that first time I had it when I was a little kid, you know what I mean? And I swear the burger was this big when I first had it. You know, now I get a McDonald's burger and the Big Mac, it's slim and looking like it don't look like it used to. You know what I mean? It's just like, this ain't the burger I remember, but I still eat it and I get that consistent feel. And that's what this Drake album is. It feels like those tracks when he first popped, and I was like, oh, this is ill.
Just like McDonald's.
Yeah.
Similar too, yeah.
He's come out with a lot of music. You know, Her Loss was last year, as well as Honestly Never Mind was last year.
It's too much music.
2021 was Certified Lover Boy. Before that, it was Scary Hours 2, which was in the same year, 2021. So almost every
Scary Hours,
which was Scary Hours was a throwaway.
You know,
Yeah, it's too much music. It's too oversaturated. And Jay-Z had the same problem. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these artists have that same problem, so they got to disappear for a little while.
But he's from under Wayne, dog. Like
Wayne even had the problem. The label was trying to tell Wayne, "Yo, you can't put out another Carter. You just put out Carter 4 and a rock album or something like that." They're like, "Slow down." And he's like, "No," and then he got into a whole problem with Cash Money.
And these are the man's influences. He told y'all before, I've never seen somebody do a song as fast as Future. After that, I was inspired. So the niggas that inspired Drake while he's been in the game over 15 years, like I said again, it's maybe some of his peers like J. Cole and 21 and all them, but the upper niggas really don't inspire him. That's why he does the things that he does, man.
And it's the record business.
Yeah, and he's doing these compilation albums. He's doing Jay-Z. He's doing Jay-Z type of music for him. I think we all looked at it when like Show Me What You Got came out. Like, what the fuck is this?
Right? Yeah, it was like, all right, Jay.
Change clothes. What the fuck was this? In high school, I remember niggas ain't like change clothes.
Exactly. I'm not putting on a button up. Are you crazy? But we all ended up doing it though. But you know, like
fresh pair of jeans, nigga, button ups. S dot on my feet, make my cipher complete.
Exactly.
What can I say, Guru? Play the beat. I'm living. Sorry, y'all.
But we're in a different place. Drake is not Jay-Z, but he is like LeBron James to Michael Jordan. Like LeBron James got the marketing behind him. He got the PR to tell him, don't say this, say that, stay quiet for this, stay quiet for that. You know what I mean? Like Jigga and Jay and Jordan didn't have that. They were just like, yo, I don't talk on that. Everybody's buying my shoes. And it sounded crazy at the time when Jay did that. But I mean, when Jordan did that, but he didn't have no PR. He didn't have nothing. It was just raw emotions coming from these people in interviews and talking. So Drake is more of a marketed pop star, which is a good thing. We should be happy that we have a guy who could actually bar people down, who is one of the top pop stars.
You in a dungeon right now, bro? What's going on?
And
I'm about to take a nap.
The Western
Road. Josh, we got
CC time.
I gotta jump off here and just.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll close out. But to answer D-Night's question, so in Jay-Z in 2023, he was 34, I think. 34.
Okay, so he was younger than Drake is now.
Yeah. So yeah. This was a great discussion, guys. I'm glad you guys were able to come on. And then KC pretty much liked it, I think, more than us, more than the rest of us for all the dogs. You gave it what will be kind of your rating there, KC?
I don't know. What do you give 9 tracks out of 23?
Well, that's below average, so that would kind of be
it was kind
of a high burning.
Takeaways that I'm gonna see if I'll be listening to them next year. I don't know, but it's got a couple songs that I'm like, oh, I want to play. I want to hear that. I want to go back to that. It's got a couple tracks when I'm listening to the album, it'll keep playing, and it's got a couple that I'm like, what the hell is that? What is he thinking? So it's all right. It's a cool album. It's not trash, but it's not amazing. It's not definitely no classic. It's not great. Good. It's a good album. It's good. It's okay.
I'll give it a streaming, and I'm standing on business on that.
He hated it. Waste of fucking.
Oh yeah, that's just a dumpster. Dog. You dump in that dumpster. You find the treasures that you want, all 4 of them, and you walk out the trash. You leave the rest of the trash where it belongs. Right. I say euthanize them dogs, because them dogs ain't for me. So talking about Paw Patrol. I don't know what dogs he talking about.
Waste of fucking audio equipment.
It is.
Yeah.
Talk music.
So that was our review for Drake's For All the Dogs.